Hey guys, what's up? Coming to you with another video from my car while I wait for something. So last video was about going to the marketing presentation for Longmont Startup Week. So like I kind of thought, like I've heard most everything that was in there. If you've never heard anything about marketing, then it was probably overwhelming. If you've heard a lot about marketing and thought a lot about how to do digital marketing for startups, and it was pretty common sense. So I'll include some details in the description if you're interested in startup marketing. But anyway, for this video, so I'm actually waiting to go over an MRI from my back. So I have a herniated disc in my back, and so we're looking at details of what went wrong there. And so anyway, it kind of brings me back to Todd's the other co-founder, and me have really different backgrounds when it comes to golf, and that he's a very good competitive player, like one of the top players in Colorado. And for me, like I was really just learning golf when I was in graduate school, and that's like about a year into learning golf, I hurt my back. So I'd done some lessons at an indoor place called Golf Tech, if you're familiar with that. And it was kind of like shooting in the 90s, so really, and sometimes not, sometimes a lot worse than in the 90s. So I think actually that gives us, like we come from really different standpoints. Like, so my background is really in business and having done a startup, and that's really the value that I bring. So Todd's thinking about skins in terms of, for a competitive player, like how annoying it is to have several months of the year really taken away from you, in terms of being able to golf in the winter, which is one of probably like the main value proposition. And also, like, if you go and play by yourself, that you could play in under an hour. So those are like two really big value propositions. So for somebody like me, I would represent more like beginnerish type players, and there's values I think for a simulator that are really different that I would see for a beginner. Like certainly being able to play in under an hour would be nice, because especially when you're bad, golf takes a really long time. But really some of the values are like, golf is really one of the most humbling sports, the most humbling sport I ever tried. In that, so each Todd and I played college tennis at the University of Northern Colorado, and I don't mean to say that to like brag in any way about my athletic ability, but only to say like most NCAA athletes, is a lot of sports come at least somewhat easily to me. Like if we went and said let's go play racquetball, a sport that I've hardly ever played, or volleyball or something, is like I would expect to be one of the better players without knowing anything. And that's really not how golf played out, which was like I've just never in athletics felt like it was just publicly so humiliating to be just hitting balls like that almost hit other people, or almost hit hit into the street and whatever. So like with a simulator, like you still might hit a lot of bad shots, but it would just go into the screen. You have the simulator show you your terrible shots, so it wouldn't be nearly as embarrassing. Get through it much faster. You don't have to spend all your time going and trying to find your ball and all that. So anyway, Todd's gonna have a lot of videos here in the near future about his experience and what he's trying to do, where like he really wants to make it onto like the senior PGA Tour. That's his ultimate goal. And so he'll have lots of videos about his process and what he's going through, but I thought I would at least throw out mine in terms of like the value prop that I think is there for beginners and advanced beginners. And then also if you have like a fun bar that's only a few feet away, the likelihood of wanting to kind of like stick it out and go through the process, I think it makes it easier and more user-friendly. I think really big value. So anyway, I just want to share that with you guys.